Hey everybody, it is Ben, aka the Fuseboxx, coming to you with another Fuseboxx Engaged, now at our new time, Thursday at 10 p.m. Central. Well, it's looking like this may be a quiet stream, although we do have some of our famous guests like Dillard Draws. Good to see you. Blew the hell out of King Leak's speakers, which that's what I'm here for. I'm here to rock your world, one technological disaster at a time. So yeah, it is Thursday night. Not a hell of a lot going on here in New Orleans if you're like me and you don't drink. If you drink, there's a hell of a lot going on. But, I have spent most of the day editing a new video that I'm going to be launching, I believe, on Saturday. And I'm also going to be introducing good old Belmont. What's going on, bud?
Girl Belmont? What'd you say?
My favorite girl, Belmont.
What's going on, man?
I've been editing a new video that I'm gonna be putting up on Saturday, I believe, if I can get the music tomorrow in time. So I'm excited about that.
Trailer?
No, just like I've been trying to do more edited videos for the channel. And I did one where I reviewed Blade Devil, and that one has been getting some good hits. So I think this new one will probably do well too, because it's probably my best editing job I've done yet. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, partying is. I'm 32. I'm gonna be 33 next month. It's time for me to chill. I mean, I've been kicked out of way too many bars. It is rainy. It's like on and off rainy right now, which is a much needed reprieve because it has been sweltering lately, and I'm about to die.
Yeah, it's been like 95 to 100 degrees every day here.
Yep. It's like 90 degrees at night here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been like 87 to 90 something degrees at night here. It's just ridiculous.
Can I ask where you are without
I'm in Denver.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's like record high the other day. 144 year high or something. It's a fuck.
Oh my god. Jesus. I didn't think
that's happening everywhere. I think even the UK got hit by a big heat wave. People are like dying.
Oh no. It's the end times. They're on us already. And Dillard
There's a Sonya Belmont? I didn't know that.
And Dillard Draws is drinking Diet Coke and water. And then he gets drunk during the holidays. It's the same
I do like some eggnog though.
Yeah.
Only during Christmas time though.
It wreaks havoc on my blood sugar, but it's kind of worth it. Sonya Belmont.
I didn't know there was a Sonya Belmont. I've heard of Simon.
Is that a new Mortal Kombat character? Jesus.
105. Holy fuck.
I want to go back to Southern California. I haven't been in like, God, what's it been? 6-7 years? No, it's actually close to 10 years. Jesus, God. I remember the one time I went there, it was like the most perfect weather I'd ever experienced. And I stopped off in Denver on my way there. So, connection.
Airport's creepy, man.
It's big. I was impressed by it.
You see any of the murals?
I think so, yeah. And I took that weird tram.
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
because like my cousins live in Denver, but I'd never really been in Denver proper, so I think they're kind of pissed at me.
It's a good place to
Oh,
visit, but it's kind of expensive to live now.
I can imagine.
I guess it's like that everywhere now. The prices are going up for everything, especially rent and
Yeah,
electric bills and gas prices and all that.
but I do know like it's. I think it might be a little cheaper to live here, but the catch is you get paid less at your job, so it all evens out. Let's see. Castlevania Legends. Okay.
There's one called Belmont's Revenge or something like that. I remember Castlevania, Belmont's Revenge or something.
Yeah, I didn't know much about Castlevania. Like, I didn't get into it. I knew, like, it's about, like, the son of Dracula, and you go through a castle, and then, like, the castle flips upside down or some shit. You gotta go through the whole thing again.
Yeah, I used to play it back in the days. And now everybody knows it because like they made like a Netflix show out of it or something. I've never watched it before.
Oh, God. Thank God I missed it. I don't trust Netflix with anything.
The Gray
Yeah.
looks alright. You got that movie coming out, The Gray, with Ryan Gosling. Comes out Friday.
Wasn't there a movie called The Gray with Liam
That's
Neeson?
that's Into the Gray or something like that. But yeah, that's a good movie. I like that one.
Yeah.
Or like
I
all
remember
those
seeing
like
that.
the plane crashes and then like they try to survive and then they make a fire and then all these wolves start like coming at them, like, picking them off.
Yeah, I remember that. And
That was
like,
all action. I like that.
and I remember like the big twist was like they were all trying to get away from the herd, and it turns out that he accidentally led them right to the heart of their stalking lands, I guess.
Yeah, that crash landed like right in the middle of their domain or whatever territory.
Yeah. Who's Simon?
Simon Belmont. He was like the main character of Castlevania for the first couple of them, I think.
Damn. Lordy, lordy.
I gotta hear about a Belmont joke every time I go to like check into a hotel. Belmont, it's so cool. I play Castlevania all the time. I always hear shit like that when I check in.
Yeah, it's like again, like New Orleans is mainly fun when you want to get drunk. Like there's bars everywhere, and like there's ghost tours and all that stuff. And you can get laid pretty easily. And there's alligators. You can get laid by the alligators. Same thing. But yeah, I would love to go to California. I'll take you up on that.
Don't go to LA, man.
I haven't been to LA. I was in the San Bernardino area. Like the girl I was dating at the time lived there, and so I spent about 2 weeks in San Bernardino, and I was like the only white guy within 20 miles, and everybody kept staring at me. It was amazing.
I went there because my wife won some she like became like the best salesperson in the company or something, and she won tickets to any sporting event. So she picked it was Knicks versus Lakers.
Nice.
It was back in like 2007, and I don't know. I never been to LA before, and I said, "Fuck it, let's go." And then We got like nosebleed seats. They weren't great, you know. And there's like little tiny, like little kid's chair. You could barely fit in it. The seat was so small. We're like on the third deck or whatever, and I think Kobe was playing, and Jack Nicholson was there, and Spike Lee. They show him on the screen every once in a while.
Did Jack Nicholson have that creepy smile?
Yeah, it was worth going to the game just to see him on the screen on the monitor. He goes to like every game, I heard, but it was a big game because it was, you know, it was East versus West. It was LA versus New York, you know, and the game was never more than like 3 points away. I mean, it was so close the whole game, but the Knicks won at the very last minute by like 2 or 3 points.
Nice.
But that's like the only sporting basketball game I ever went to. Like, we got the what's it called, the Denver Nuggets. No one really cares for them out here. Well, we got the Avalanche, who just won. But
See, like,
we just bought the team from Canada, I think. They're not from Colorado or anything.
Yeah, like, I never got into sports very much. Like, I got into the Saints for a while, but when I realized that they were never going to go back to the Super Bowl, I gave up. It was done.
I just remember that traffic in LA, man. It took, like, just to go like 2 miles took like over 2 hours. You know what I mean? It was just ridiculous.
Oh God, yeah, I can imagine that. I remember when we went to Disneyland in California. We had to drive for like an hour or two, and that's new to me because like everything down here is about 10 to 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not used to a long car ride in your own state to go to some place. Because Cajun country is not as interesting as it sounds.
Believe it or not, I've never been to Florida. That's like on my bucket list.
I love Florida. I miss it. It's those beaches.
My family was too poor to go on vacation to Florida. We grew up in upstate New York. Everybody else was going to Florida and coming back with their fancy Mickey Mouse ears and all that. Cans. Not me.
I mean, I get that. I never went to Disney World. I always just like, my family always vacationed in the Panhandle, and we went to like Grayton Beach and just kind of hung out by the beach. And I tried to make movies, and I tried to force my cousins to be in the movies, and they reluctantly did it. And I was a real prima donna. Riverside, California. Yeah, that's where I was. And I just remember everybody walking by me just kind of like...
Wait, Riverside, isn't that a fancy part of town?
I think, well, it's very heavy Hispanic. Like, a lot of Mexican Americans live there. And I was like, again, I was the only white guy around, and they all just kept like,
what's this fucking white boy doing here?
I felt like it was fun for me. It felt special. Yeah, I haven't been to Texas in longer. I think it's been like maybe
What's the temperature over there? Like 125?
It's gotta be. Oh, hell yeah. The classic era. Now, were these the Ghostbusters 2016 ladies that were at the live show? You met Melissa McCarthy?
Oh, I can't stand her face. She's not done nothing of value. No, nothing she's done is good. Nothing.
I've recently rewatched like some of those reviews on like EFAP and all them talking about 2016. just the scene, just the few scenes they show, you know, it's like you cringe like reflexively. Jesus. And I was embarrassed for them.
Man, it's 105 at night.
Damn. The world's ending. Right as we're gonna launch issue 2, the world's ending.
It's only 88 actually right now. Here, it's cool. It's been in like a week.
That is so weird for Colorado. Technically you don't have to kill them illegally. You just wait till gator hunting season. It's about a month. And honestly, I've eaten gator before, and it's not.
It's
really
good.
Good.
I had a deep fried gator tail bite. In Denver, they have this. I thought it's called Bio Billies or something like that, Bio Bobs or something like that. And they give you, they had some platter where you can get like little alligator bites and some fries, maybe shrimp or something like.
Yep.
And those little alligator bites, man, I was surprised. It did taste like chicken, and I would eat it again. And I'm not a kind of person that eats weird shit or anything like that, but a little alligator tail is actually pretty good. If deep fried, I guess anything tastes good though.
Well, like I had gator bites at one of my old jobs. Like we used to serve them, so I had some. And to me, it was like they tasted like chicken and fish, and they left like the worst aftertaste.
I only had it once, and I liked it. I wouldn't say I would like have to have it again, but I would probably have it again if I had the chance. But
Oh, Hanna-Barbera.
they sell snake too. I want to try that though. I'm not gonna try snake.
I haven't had snake, but I'd try it just to be able to say I tried it. So it's 85 over there. And he loves gator as long as it isn't nuked.
You ever eat frog legs?
Nope.
One time when I was like, I don't know, maybe 20, 18, something like that, I was at my mom's house and I was drunk, and I usually don't drink, and there was like frog legs in the fridge, but I didn't know they were frog legs at the time. Then the next day, my mom was like, "Who ate all those frog legs in there?" Those are like leftovers my grandmother like brought up or something. She lived downstairs. I ate like a whole fucking basket of frog legs one night. I realized it after I thought about it. I was like, yeah, they did look a little bit weird shape, but I had the munchies and I ate the whole fucking thing.
What do they taste like? Curious about that.
Chicken, actually.
It all tastes like chicken.
Yeah, it all tastes like chicken if it's deep fried.
Lordy. Diller, don't go shooting the gators out of season. They gotta repopulate.
You hear about that lady that just died or something? Like she's like by a gator and went into like a golf course and into the water a little bit on the edge, and like a gator pulled her in and just ate her. Just happened the other day.
Don't ever trust gators. They eat each
Man,
other, for God's sake.
You could die just like that in Florida.
Gator gar. Shit. I know about gator gars. Oh, I know.
What's
stay
going on
away
with your
from
book?
Murphy.
Post that sign up.
Shit, you're right. I'm so on top.
You gotta
of
get
it.
to 100 signups. How are you gonna get to 100 signups if people don't see the link?
I keep
Right.
assuming that everybody's gonna click on the link in the description, but
Oh, I didn't see it. You got one in the description? I'm only in StreamYard.
I'm too, I have too much faith.
Yeah, a lot of people don't read the description.
Yeah, it's a book called Outlaw. Oh shit! I didn't notice this. Damn, we're up to 87.
Nice. You're almost ready then.
We're getting there.
Couple more weeks.
I gotta edit my video. But you know, I'm not gonna edit my video. I'm gonna lie. Screw it.
I tried video editing. I can't do it. I did find this program that will sew two pieces of video together, so I can put like just string like 3 videos together. But that's about the most editing I can do.
King Leak is a true man.
Rattlesnake Roundup.
Yeah. I have no crisis of conscience killing snakes. I've never eaten gator gar. I just know what they look like, and they're part of the reason I stay away from murky water. But damn.
All right, a leak is there. He's only like what, 13 away from 100?
Yep. Hell yeah.
That's unlucky number. Someone has to sign up right now.
I think it might have helped that I had just started a Facebook specifically for the comic, because like I normally hate Facebook.
I can't stand Facebook.
Yeah, I just kind of made one specifically for the comic, and for reasons I don't understand, like 1 million people from India keep friend requesting me.
Yeah, that happened to me too. They all want to help you with SEO rankings or whatever, and they'll help you get your book to the top of the search engine and all that, and then you pay them money, and then they supposedly help you rank on Google with keywords and stuff like that. You talking about those kind of messages?
Like, I'm not getting messages. Like, it's literally just a bunch of people friend requesting me.
Well, that's what they do. They first try to friend request you, then they're going to ask you, hey, you want me to help you get your book? Because that's all I got on Facebook when I posted my campaign.
That's weird.
Unless
though,
you pay Facebook, you're not going to really get much out of Facebook when it comes to promoting and stuff, because Facebook wants money for that. So
yeah,
your posts don't really go very far. Your reach isn't very far when you post on Facebook. From what I've seen, I mean,
shit.
Maybe other people can do it. I can't. I can't seem to do it. But,
shit.
So I did all my marketing on Twitter, just having people retweet and getting on every show I can possibly get on. I went on every show that would say yes. I did like 83, I think, different shows. So that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to be dedicated, I guess.
Well, no, like I was able to get on more shows the first time around, but I feel like I'm kind of out of the loop. Like, I don't know who's got a stream going all the time. Like, I only know a few people that are doing it.
Yeah, start putting together a list of shows. Ask around. I can give you some
King Leak
ideas.
The
worst they can say is no, right? I mean, you ask them, say, hey, can I get on your show sometime and help you promote my book? If they say no, they say no. I mean, you just move on. It's no big deal. That's the way I thought about it anyway. I mean, I don't have the budget to, like, you know, promote or to pay for advertisement. So
yeah, me neither.
I just did it all myself. And it doesn't really matter the size. I mean, I got more backers out of small streams that I did like on my biggest ones I've been on. So you never know. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
yeah, again, like I was better about it the first time around, but it seems like it's like so many more people have joined, and a bunch of the folks I knew have kind of like, you know, backed off of like streaming and stuff. Like I don't know if like Graded Point 5, like I haven't heard much about them in a while. And they were the ones who really helped push me over the top last time.
Yeah, you did really well in that first campaign. So whatever you did that first time around, you want to do it again. Or better.
Sure, man. saying that to both of y'all. The Neon Revenant. That sounds badass. Revenant. Fuck
I'll
yeah.
tell them to send you the link and you can post it.
Yeah, link us up. How do I do a? Let me try to. Let me see if I can do the wrench thingy.
King Link said he signed up, so you got 12 more.
Hell yes.
And we can launch you on the high stream if you want.
I would be honored. And I'm also trying to get Bancroft, but he's been.
Yeah, make sure you ask in advance because he's backed up for God knows how long.
No, I know. Like when I first like appeared on his show, he was still kind of coming up. Like that was like a couple of years ago. He was still kind of in my side of the pool, you know, like. And he just shot way up there. I think when he started all that CG wrestling. It was amazing.
He wants to sit in a rocket chair on a riverboat.
I haven't seen many riverboats these days. I know, like, you know, like the zoo has like a fake little houseboat that they have.
I've never been on a riverboat. It sounds like a cool, something different. I've seen them before, but most of the time they just get on there for gambling, right?
Yeah. Gambling, drinking. Louisiana's pastime. That's what I was trying to.
They still got Mardi Gras going on crazy. Girls pulling out their boobs and all that out there.
Oh yeah.
You buy all that?
We only missed that the year of the lockdowns. But like I think everybody was really pissed about it. And so like the mayor knew she couldn't cancel it a second time.
Girls wearing masks with their boobs out.
They mostly flash their boobs downtown. Not much of that uptown. Like uptown's where all the families go. Downtown's where it's at. But yeah, I clicked on the 3 dots a second ago, and
oh, you gotta go on YouTube. You gotta go on YouTube chat, and then go next to his name, and 3 little dots will appear when you hover the mouse over his name. And then you gotta scroll down, and it says "Make admin."
That's right.
Can't do it on StreamYard.
Son of the bitches. Sons of bitches. All right. There we go. And I'm just making them both moderators because I don't want to be biased. Yeah, it's a houseboat. But there ain't many of them.
Oh, he doesn't want to see anybody.
I would live on a houseboat. Shit. But I would want to live on a houseboat in like Florida. I wouldn't want to live on a houseboat here.
You could just dock somewhere and get something to eat.
Exactly. Yeah, like the river here and all that, it's just depressing.
But you guys get like hit with all kinds of shitty weather too, like storms and like whatever you guys got there. What is it? Not hurricanes. What the fuck you get over there?
Yeah, we get hurricanes. We're lousy with hurricanes.
Something you guys get hit like every few years, it seems. Whatever it is, some kind of like tropical storm comes in.
We got hit about 2 years ago with another one, and we decided to stick it out. We didn't want to go out of town, and that was dumb decision because we were out of power for 2 weeks.
Damn, 2 weeks.
There was a point where it was so effing hot that we were like, I was going on like in the backyard to lie on the deck to like try to sleep because it was cooler out there than it was in the house.
Now, my friend's dad used to wear a soaking wet T-shirt inside that's like a homemade makeshift AC in front of a fan. It's sitting in front of a fan with a soaking wet T-shirt. So try that next time.
I did, yeah. I think I did that once, and then yeah, like a lot of it was just going in the car, but like having to conserve gas also. So that was mostly for the sake of the dogs.
Yeah, I usually turn my cam on, but upstairs is so fucking hot that I can't even do it up there. So my AC is out right now, and the guy said he can't come until another like 6 days. So I gotta like power through like another 95-degree week. But
I guarantee you, Dillard, like you've probably got more interesting animals to shoot at where you are. You're not gonna find a hell of a lot. Like you're gonna shoot at raccoons, you're gonna shoot at possums, maybe rabbits, maybe, and gators. And with gators, you got to make sure to hit them right at the back of the skull because everything else is so armored that bullets will bounce off. I watch Swamp People.
Spawn People?
Yeah, that was that show on the History Channel. They literally, like these documentary crews followed some groups around northern Louisiana. We have got the Good Stuff comic skater.
He's here?
Yeah. He's right there on the screen saying, hey, to you.
Well, yeah, I just did a show with him last night. We had Luke, death metal hero.
And y'all keep smoking weed and making me jealous.
Yeah, we were smoking, and then Luke was really high, man. That motherfucker was high. He was like, both his eyes were just like coin slots. And he was just taking rips of this bong. He turned off his camera, and you can hear his bong rip. He's got the highest, I think, of anybody that I've had on so far. And then 24 Eyes was on. Are you familiar with him? That's cool, dude.
I miss bongs.
I don't like them because the water, man, it always ends up spilling, and it's always on the rug. And that smell, I can just smell it now. That's just something awful. And then it always ends up breaking, you know what I mean? Because when it falls over the fucking stem or whatever, it breaks. He said not even coin slots. Yeah, his eyes are almost completely sewn shut. And he was like, he still wanted to go though. He wasn't even ready to go to bed yet. He was ready to go. He probably could have went another hour, I bet.
Oh. Well, I'm with you, King League. I quit smoking weed about 6 months ago because it makes me too lazy, and I gotta be productive. And you know, I'm trying to live the sober life. Sadly, it's really depressing. If you can smoke weed and still like keep your shit together, I highly recommend it, especially in 2022, because sadly most of the entertainment is sucking except for Comicsgate. We're doing pretty well. Like Young Rippa frickin' pulling in 3 million. Holy shit.
3 mil.
How
many comic books is that though? How much for the books each? the average book costs or the average tier or whatever?
I don't know exactly, like, because I haven't checked it out yet. Like, I do want to check it out, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be 25 at the most. Like, I know, like, his books are already made. Like, he went ahead and he funded that himself before doing his sign up. Which, I mean, hell, more power to him. Yeah, I quit cigarettes. Damn. Almost about 8 years. But you know, I've been vaping
Menthols?
like a motherfucker. Oh yeah.
Newport or Marlboro menthol?
I smoked Cools.
Cools.
Yep.
Cigarettes are like they're probably like $12, $14 a pack now. How much fucking are those things?
I don't know how much they are now, but they were expensive when I was doing it. So you know, I'm glad I quit because it was, you know, it was fucking up my breathing and my mic voice.
Yeah, that shit's no good. And then menthol's got like little fiberglass or whatever, and you start coughing up blood after a while and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fiberglass or whatever the fuck's in the filter.
Yeah. Lordy.
Yeah. Well, your lungs will go back to normal after so many years. I forgot how many years it is, but if you stop smoking, how long ago?
I want to say it's been at least 8.
Yeah, your lungs are probably like halfway recovered or more then.
I would hope. Like, I think, because
I think it takes like 15 years or something. Look that shit up, actually.
a 22.
I guess it takes. I guess it depends on how long you've been smoking and how many cigarettes you smoke per day and all that too. If you're a heavy smoker.
I was smoking about a pack a day. You know.
Pack? Damn.
Yeah.
My dad was smoking 2.5 packs a day, man. 2.5 packs. Started like when he was like 14 or something.
Jesus. And
yeah, after a while, you just need a cigarette for everything you do. You know, if you go to the bathroom, you need a cigarette. Take a shower, you need a cigarette. After dinner, cigarette. Before dinner, cigarette. It's just constant.
Yeah, that was why, like, whenever I would hang out with my buddies back then, like, we would all just be sitting on the back porch. And I'd be smoking like a chimney. And then we'd smoke weed, and then we'd smoke cigarettes. And then go on and on, watching Tim and Eric. A 22, that feels like that's fucked up. 22? That's like nothing. How are you gonna kill a gator with a 22?
He's gonna piss him off.
Jesus, it's like they want to make it hard.
They tried to kill Tupac with a 22. He got like shot like 8 times. He still lived. Then he walked out of the hospital the same night or something.
Oh, Tupac. Those were the days. 35? Damn.
So how many backers is that? Man, that's a lot of backers to make 3 million.
Well,
I'm not good with math.
Dude's been building his channel for so long. I mean, but yeah.
How many followers does he have on Twitter or whatever, or on YouTube or?
I want to say he's probably pushing at least like 500K. Salem. See, like, weirdly enough, I'm actually cool with the vaping, but like I'm already down to like 3% nicotine. Oh damn.
34,000 backers. Holy shit.
I didn't know there were that many backers. Damn. Yeah, getting off the tobacco is a good idea. Get on the wacky tobacco.
Yeah, the Belmont way.
Unless you're me, in which case, you know.
Hey, if it stops you from creating your book, don't smoke weed, man. I mean,
I managed to do the first book while I was smoking weed, but I mean, it's just I can't afford it right now, and I just felt like I wasn't like I was smoking too much, and I was in my own head way too much, and it was like I had to get out of that. Damn. Shit. Lord Almighty.
I think it's his first book, right? And it's the first time ever writing a comic and everything.
Yep. But I mean, he's been building his channel for so long. I mean, it makes sense. It's just I was surprised that he exceeded EBS. I mean, that's fucking amazing.
that was kind of surprising.
But it's just, you know, just dare to dream. Lordy, lordy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You got nothing to lose, you know what I mean? When you launch a campaign, it's a lot of work, you know, to get to the point where you're gonna put out a book. But I wanted to put my book out for like 28 years before I finally did it, and it's sitting at the printer right now, and I don't know what they're doing. First they said they had no paper. Now they said they had. Then they tell me they have enough paper. So I don't know. Everything's ready to go, though. You know what I mean? I like how everything looks. So all you got to do is start production. So I'm hoping any day now they're gonna email me and tell me they're gonna begin production. I think there was a couple guys that had to do San Diego's show and they needed some books printed, so they might have like moved me back from the queue a little bit because of that. Because these guys have been doing business with them, you know what I mean, for a while. I'm kind of like the new guy on the block, so I understand.
Who's your printer?
I got this local printer. It's the only place that actually prints comics in Denver, believe it or not. And so, but they do some good work, and everybody uses them. So that's why they're busy. You know what I mean? Because they're the only place in town. You know, there's a lot of printers in my town, but none of them like make comic books. You know what I mean? It's a completely different thing. They can make you a brochure or some business cards or a banner or something, but they have no clue how to make a comic book. These other places, you know what I mean? So I recommend though you do use a local printer when you do get your comic printed. I don't know what you used last time or.
I used Mix'em. And
what is it?
Mix'em.
Mix'em? Where's that?
I don't know where they're located. I know, but I just know like they were pretty good about it. Like it took about maybe 2 weeks to get my books. It was pretty cut and dry.
You didn't get like a physical proof before you had them print everything?
I think I didn't request one at the time.
Did you get a digital one? Maybe?
Yeah, I think I did.
I recommend that because my book was coming out like dark. The covers were just coming out really dark, so all we had to do is crank up the brightness on the images and then make the print file again. And now everything is looking good. So now I'm just waiting on them. Hopefully I hear from them any day now. And I'm going to actually start fulfillment probably a couple weeks earlier than I was supposed to. I'm supposed to start fulfillment in August. And I want to start, you know, before the end of this month. So I know it's getting close now. It's already the 21st. So either way, I'm going to be on time. At least I'm going to be on time.
And that in and of itself is like way better than how most people end up doing it. Because I was late, but I was only late because of unforeseen circumstances of my disappearing artist.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen. You know, creative team could get into fights, not get along, uh, whatever. Lots of things can happen. You know, what happened in Florida, man. The artist Todd Maloney, or whatever his name is, he wouldn't draw a pimp. It was just a pimp, like a guy wearing a pimp suit with like a feather, like an old school like 70s pimp would look, and he refused to draw it. Said it was something like racist or something. It wasn't racist. There was no reason why. It's a comedy book. It's supposed to be funny. He would refuse to draw it, and then Mike Barron got mad about it, and basically then the fight continued, and he had to switch artists midway through Florida Man. So all because of a stupid, he wouldn't draw a pimp. It was just so ridiculous. I couldn't even believe it was even like, but yeah, anything can happen. Just one little small thing, you know.
Oh yeah.
There was contracts involved and stuff. I actually didn't do any contracts with anyone.
Yeah, me neither.
You can go that route. Even a contract doesn't really protect you unless you really want to go after him in court, and you got to have the money, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
So why pay extra for a contract if you can't afford to fight somebody in court anyway? You know. That's the way I looked at it.
Yeah, and to me, it was like the best thing like that I was able to do was like, I keep it on pay everybody per completed page. It's like, like I'll pay you right when I get the completed page and I've signed off on it, and I'll send you the money right away. No fuss, no muss. And then that way, if something comes up, like if the artist just like, if there's some kind of issue, like I won't owe them any extra money or anything like that. Keep it simple.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with edibles. I just think but in my own experience, when I eat the edibles, I like how they taste, but the high just doesn't last that long for me. But
yeah, same here. Like it was kind of everybody around me would always kind of be like, "Oh my god, I'm high off my ass." Like I always felt like kind of a light high, and then it just kind of went away after like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but they're good, you know. We got gummies and like Skittles that we had. I mean, they're good, and cookies or whatever, and they're good. But yeah, they only last like 15 minutes for me. Yeah, something like that, if that. So I just don't. And I tried CBD gummies and stuff too, and it makes you feel a little bit different, like calm or something, but it doesn't really get you high.
Yeah.
I think that whole CBD thing was all just a waste of money. I wouldn't recommend anybody spending money on that.
Oh yeah, CBD is like, that's for like if you have pain or if you're having trouble sleeping. It's not really good for, elevating your mind.
I guess for pain. I think they had it at the shops out here for pets. You can actually buy CBD oil for pets for their pain or whatever they got.
Lordy.
Yeah, this is kind of weird. You got a lot of weird shit when you go into the shops out here. But I was hoping to get my comic book into some of these shops. There's just so many of these shops, you know what I mean? And they sell everything under the sun. And since my comic book is pot related, I can,
That's a good idea.
That was the plan anyway. But
that's a good idea, though. That would definitely work.
I guess there's places out there already that already have spinner racks in their shops, and they carry indie comics. Some guy in Oregon that has a bunch of dispensaries. So yeah, dispensaries is could be like the new comic book shops. You know what I mean? For indie comics.
Definitely.
You get them to set up like a spinner rack, and then they can get pot related comics or whatever, or just plain indie comics and something different. People can pick up a bag of weed and be like, oh, what the fuck's this? And then a comic book, you know what I mean? They sell everything else there. I mean, why not?
It makes sense, especially since it seems like comic shops, it seems like they're on their way out. Like they're not going to be shutting all down next year, but it just feels like they're kind of being phased out.
or they do like a hybrid where it's like a coffee shop and a comic book shop or whatever. Those are different, but yeah, I don't really go to too many comic book shops, but we do have Mile High Comics out here, which is like the biggest shop in the world, I guess, or they say they are. This place is absolutely just, you can't even describe how big it is. You can fit an aircraft carrier in there, no problem, with extra room. I mean, it's just amazingly big. They said they have like 3.5 million or something comic books in there.
Shit.
Yeah, just amazing. But I only went there because they had Roy Thomas as a guest just out of nowhere come for a signing, and they were offering 3 signatures for free. And I know he's actually got an expensive signature. They charge you like $20 for a signature. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna go down to Mile High Comics and check it out. So I got to meet him and got some stuff signed. So that's not the only time I go to a shop. You know, there's some kind of event going on or whatever, somebody's gonna be there. But I won't buy any mainstream comics anymore. Any extra money, I'll back somebody. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm even gonna back like main, top indie guys. I think I'm gonna back like the smaller guys. You know?
Yeah, I feel that. Just because
there's a big gap. You know what I mean? There's a big gap in the indies right now, where there's like guys making hundreds of thousands, and there's guys like fighting to make $3,000. It's a big gap. You know what I mean? And everywhere in between. It's like a death match out there, man. It's a battlefield.
Especially since like over the past year alone, like I've just seen like so many more people producing comics than just from like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean the indie scene's getting bigger than the big two together. You know, there's more titles. I think DC like downgraded how many titles they got. I don't know how many they have now. Probably under 100, like 80 or 75 titles or something per month that they come out with. And then I don't know how many Marvel puts out, but if you add all those titles together and Dark Horse and everybody else in the mainstream, it's not going to even come close to how many comics are coming out. You can go on Kickstarter or Indiegogo. Every 5 minutes, there's a new comic launching.
Seriously,
how many werewolf
that's
comics? So many werewolf books. Just so many things coming out. Everybody wants to put out comics, and people even that like Wesley Snipes just dropped the comic book or got as a campaign out. When we got Sylvester Stallone that just got into the market, and it seems like, and Weird Al Yankovic just I think just did a Kickstarter or something, or that he's doing a book.
Jesus.
So I mean, everybody, the comics are hot right now. It's it.
Yeah.
And everybody wants a piece of the pie.
Especially since, like, in terms of visual storytelling, it's probably the cheapest and easiest way to get like a high concept story out there.
Yeah, you got nobody in your way either. You can do the story you want, unless someone flags your campaign. And that's another thing that's been going on. People flagging fucking what's his name? Something Bastards. What the hell's the name? What's the name of that one with the walrus? He just got shadow banned on Indiegogo.
I remember him.
Broken Compass Comics.
He got shadow banned?
He got shadow banned by Indiegogo because he had a depiction of a bully, like bullying somebody, as one of the pages of artwork for his example. So somebody flagged his campaign. Probably somebody doesn't like him or sees him as competition or whatever reason, or maybe just didn't like the image. And then they got shadow banned, and then they held the funds and all this other. But I think it's unshadow banned now. But I don't know if they're still holding funds. But you hear this now. You hear this a lot now, where Vaughn's campaign got hit. He had to fight Indiegogo so they wouldn't steal his money. So Indiegogo is not safe, and Kickstarter, you already know the deal there. So either way, it's not the greatest option, no matter which way you go. I didn't have any problem with either one of them. but other people have. You know what I mean? It's a crapshoot. I'm probably not a big enough name for anybody to come after, you know, or whatever. But
Yeah.
maybe down the road, somebody, you know, once you get to a certain point and make a certain amount of money, that's when you get on the radar. Then, you know, someone's like, oh, what's this Belmont press doing? He's trying to make 10 grand. Get the fuck out of here. I'll flag his campaign. You know, there's crazy shit out there. The people out there just come after you for no reason.
Yeah, like it's
You know?
amazing how indie comics is like, it's this huge like competition where it's like you got like the most underhanded people going to war over comics.
Yeah, over comic books, man.
It's amazing. Jesus Christ. Like I can understand like people in the film business doing sneaky shit like that, but like comic books, Jesus God.
Oh, there's a sign up for his book.
I signed up for the Neon Revenant while we were talking. And yes, there's nothing wrong with them, but they're just
Don't last for me.
Yeah,
they're kind of expensive for not lasting long.
It's like give me a pipe, give me a bong.
And whatever it says on the package, you got to eat like 5 times that amount to actually get high.
Yeah.
It'll be like 2 gummies, no more. I'm like, fuck you, I got to eat that whole bag to get high. They always say like 150 milligrams or whatever. I don't fucking care what it says. It takes like, you know, the whole bag to get just like a 20-minute high. But they are delicious.
Yeah. Especially like the gummies and stuff. That's the best.
We had these Skittles. I don't know. They tasted like Skittles. They were really good.
I love Skittles.
Yeah, my wife likes to buy the edibles, so.
That's how you keep a marriage going.
So once in a while, I'll dip in there when I want something different. But last night I just smoked a joint because that really gets you fucking high. Sometimes a bowl doesn't cut it. You just got to roll a joint.
Yeah.
And just take a whole joint to your face.
And my best friend actually, the way he would roll joints, like he rolls them like super tight. I've never seen anything like it. It looks like it was like factory made. And
he's using a rolling machine though?
No, just with his hands. It's incredible. And like he puts in a little filter at the end so it looks perfectly like a cigarette.
I can only roll a joint if I have to take 2 papers and I have to stick one paper to the other so I make a longer paper. Because I got big fingers or whatever the fuck it is, big hands or whatever, but I can't seem to roll a joint unless I use 2 papers. But I can make a pretty good one with a table and 2 papers, and that's all I need.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I can almost make one with 1 paper, but it won't come out as good. It'll be just a disaster. But how do you make you want to roll one?
Those joints.
Yeah, good stuff likes the joints.
Oh damn. Frickin' vape thing. I hit this thing way too much.
You got your trailer? What do you got?
You want me to play it? I can play it.
Yeah, bring up your sign up.
I'm that guy. Oh yeah, I have a trailer.
Yeah, you might want to play that.
I have one of those. I mean, I have like, this is technically an old trailer. Like this is the one for the first book, but it still applies in a lot of ways. I've been meaning to get a new one done, but like ever since I like quit my job a couple months ago, like I've been just trying to apply to a new job, and it's been a lot tougher than I was expecting. But It looks like though, like I got an interview this week, so hopefully that goes well. And yeah, I might have to start an OnlyFans.
Still dating on Tinder?
Always. But you know, like 90% of the profiles are like cam girls and
Oh, they're all fake or whatever, and
yeah. You can, and the fake ones are easy to spot. It's anytime you see like a modeling shot. Good evening, King Leek. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh my lord.
like a brother said, he was on that site and he tried to get the girl said she'd go on a date with him. She looked really good, you know, had like a model pitch like you're talking about. And then she said, well, I need a day off. If you can pay me this amount of money, that'll be the same amount I make during my day of working. So I can hang out with you instead. You just pay me that money instead of my work paying me. How's that sound? You want to go on a date?
That's actually smarter than most of the fake ones I've come across. Like most of the fake ones I've come across, it's like they have like the same pre-programmed way of typing. It's like, you know, oh hi, how are you?
Oh hey,
Oh,
and
good.
they got it all pre-script. It's a script. It's already written by a bot or whatever.
And then it's
program.
like, oh, can I tell you a secret? And I like play dumb. I'm like, oh sure, what is it? It's like, well, I do cam modeling, and before I meet you, I need you to pay $50 to go into a cam thing with me. And so like I've started kind of fucking with them. Like I'll just be like, well, I need you to pay me to go into my cam thing. Like, you know.
Yeah, I'm over the dating scene.
I mean, I kind of figured, you know, being married.
When I started dating, everybody, it was like before people like before it was normal. People were like, "What? You're gonna meet people online and go on a date?" It was like weird, you know what I mean? It was before it was cool or whatever, accepted. Then there was motherfuckers getting murdered. Remember that? The Craigslist killer.
Oh yeah. Jesus. Lord Almighty.
They made a movie about that.
So yeah, I've got the trailer pulled up. So I'm gonna do my thing. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it looked like you had a good art team on that first book.
Oh yeah. You know the Skits crew?
I've heard of that before, yeah.
Yeah, they actually have like a film group, and they managed to make that for me. It's like my editing, I have decent editing skills, but I'm not like, I can't do stuff like zoom in on the image or like fake camera motions and stuff. I know
Every time you say editing, I think you're talking about actually editing the book, like the words and the script.
No, I'm actually good at that. I've been thinking about like editing other people's projects as like a side gig.
Always get an outside editor, even if you are an editor yourself for your own book.
Yeah, I kind of made that mistake with the first one, but it was.
They're not that expensive either. Editor's not that expensive to edit a comic book if it's a short comic, especially, you know.
Yeah,
like I paid like
$15
an hour or something like that. It took them like an hour and a half, so it's not really that pricey.
I think I did a pretty good job with the first one. It was that I think I missed 2 tiny typos. So, you know.
Oh yeah, then I had a proofreader read my book as well, and my campaign.
So I'm gonna correct those typos for the reprint.
I hope there's no typos in my books. I mean, we looked over it so many times. We did find one mistake in the ad that we had, but other than that, everything's looking good. We fixed it.
Hell yeah.
I hope there's no plot holes. That's another thing an editor can do, tell you if there's any plot holes, you know, or something doesn't make sense or doesn't add up in your book. It's more than just like the spelling and how it sounds, you know. Everything has to make sense. The whole picture has to make sense. The timeline has to, you know, make sense. And that's because my book, you know, it takes place in at a 15 years difference between the 2 books. So you got to think about that and make sure, you know, that it makes sense. That if it's going, you know, it's it's hard to track after a while, I guess, if you got multiple issues and stuff like that. But
yeah, I think the big thing in the first issue of Outlaw Nights is that there's a couple of moments where it's a little cryptic, but it's meant to be cryptic. So, it's, you know, part of the mystery that gets unraveled.
You said it's like about space pirates or something?
Yep. It's space pirates in the 31st century, and our boy Cyrus Lawson is a colonial security guard who's just kind of trying to be a small town hero, and he gets tangled up and kidnapped by these pirates who are looking for a special treasure that I'm not going to reveal just yet, but it's pretty big considering what's been happening with you know, like the nations of Earth are all competing over territory and resources, and it's pretty much like the discovery of the New World, only on a much bigger scale. And so, you know, you get a much bigger boom in crime and piracy. And so, you know, basically Cyrus kind of has to, he's going to have to face his own preconceived notions about pirates, and he's going to have to redefine his entire worldview because he's very black and white. And unfortunately, in the world, things aren't that clearly defined. Sometimes the guys you think are assholes are looking out for you, and sometimes it's vice versa.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
The captain of the ship Hazard, Ivory, he's probably my favorite. He's a badass.
When you just came up with this one day, or have you had it in your mind for a while?
Yeah, like I first conceived of this idea after I saw the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie in theaters.
What the hell year was that?
That was like, God, that was definitely the early 2000s. That was like 2003. So I've just been playing around with this like for a while.
15 years plus you've been waiting to put this out?
Yeah, because originally I was gonna, it was sort of like a pipe dream to make a movie out of it. And I came to realize as I got older, I'm like, you know, it's kind of dumb to just sit on this idea and for a possibility that it might one day be a multi-billion-dollar thing when it's like, you know, I got to get the story out some way. And like when I first came on like Comicsgate and all, like I was just really impressed with everything going on with indie comics. And so I decided to try it out as a comic, and I think it works probably best as a comic.
A lot cheaper too.
Well, yeah, and I mean, just the ultimate format, of like the way comic stories are.
That's
told.
how a lot of movies are made, though. They actually scout comics, and if they like what a comic book is, they would actually buy your idea. But usually it's around like 50 grand. You're not going to be like super. We're not going to offer you like millions or anything.
Yeah.
Unless you got something like unimaginably cool. But usually I heard like the going rates around 50 grand. They would like say, hey, we want to use your book for whatever we want to do. We'll make movies, whatever. We'll give you 50 grand.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you take the 50 grand, and they might make millions off your project, but
well,
you might regret it.
Yeah.
Or they can just steal your idea, change it a little bit, and call it a different name, and call it a day.
That happens more often.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not even gonna give that guy 50 grand. Let's just take his idea, call it something else.
And plus, I mean, with the way Hollywood's going nowadays, like if Hollywood tried to buy Outlaw Nights, I would be very reluctant to do so, because something tells me they would buy it and they'd be like, well, okay, well, this character here, well, let's make him a woman. And let's make this, like this person.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make the shit a woke.
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll make it woke.
And this storyline you've got, well, we're gonna change that to, it's about her struggling under the patriarchy, and the shit gets really predictable. The crap that they do, and it's like all the writers they keep hiring nowadays, like if they're one-trick ponies.
Oh yeah, everybody's gay or bi. That's their trick.
That is my boy Ivory.
Yeah, it's cool.
He is
what happened
my
to his
favorite
eye?
Character. Yeah.
What happened to his eye?
That is a story for another time, as Mas Kanata once
Spoiler.
said. The important thing.
Does he have his eye in the beginning of the story?
No. There's going to be a whole backstory about Ivory that comes up. Like, either it's probably not even going to come up during this arc. Like, I'm thinking about like doing a separate story for like him, like his backstory.
Did you do like character designs before you went into pencils?
Well, like, yeah, I obviously I don't do the art myself, so like I just kind of I already knew, I had a pretty good idea of how I wanted the main characters to look, so I just gave like a pretty detailed description to the artist, and we played around with it a little bit. But I mean, he caught on with like Ivory real quick, because I pretty much told him like, give me a Hispanic muscular Jesus with a bionic eye. But yeah,
it was kind of like Kurt Russell.
I've gotten that a bit. That wasn't my intention, but I'll still take it. But yeah, it is about that time for us to wrap on up, because it's getting pretty late over here, and I usually like to keep the stream to about an hour 50-ish. But Belmont, where can we find you?
Mostly on Twitter at Justin Belmont with an underscore between my first and last name, and on YouTube, Belmont Press. And I do a show with Mr. Good Stuff, and that's on Wednesday nights, but it's at 1 a.m. Eastern, so it's officially Thursday. And usually run about 2 hours. And I also do another show called Cannabis and Conspiracies, where we just talk about crazy shit, like UFOs and missing people and time travelers and whatever we're gonna come up with. And we do that at 3:30 Eastern on Tuesdays. So
Hell yeah. I gotta catch one of those. I need to talk
yeah, we
about
just did about I think we did 4 or 5 episodes so far, or the 5th one's coming up. Yeah, they're fun. We just smoke weed and talk about some crazy shit.
Y'all ever talk about
Yeah.
serial killers?
Not really. Like we want to talk about like just like cryptids or missing people in the parks, Bigfoot, I don't know, whatever, mysterious shit. Not really like murders, no.
I'm sure DB Cooper's got to come up at some point.
Oh, that is an interesting story. They still never caught him.
Nope.
And they're saying that you see Mr. Good Stuff did a show where they basically the name DB Cooper was a comic book or something Cooper. His name wasn't actually DB Cooper or whatever. Then I don't know where they got the B from or whatever. That wasn't his name. But he got the name from a comic book. They think that was the name of a popular comic book. But yeah, they never caught him. It's one of the unsolved mysteries that the FBI never solved.
Jesus.
It's like Alcatraz. They don't know if those guys made it or not.
Yeah. Damn.
But
Lord Almighty. Well, everybody, I am of course your host Ben, aka the Fuseboxx. You can find me on Twitter at Nights Outlaw. You can find me on Instagram at Outlawed Nights. And I just joined Facebook under my name, Ben Fuselier, Fuselier.
And on Tinder.
And you can find me on Tinder. And you can find me on all kinds of dating apps that I'm not going to list right now because it's embarrassing. But you can also always find us here on this channel every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central, and sometimes I'll hold like a special stream here or there, which I'll announce. And don't forget that this Saturday, I believe around 5 p.m., I will be launching my next edited video on the channel. Check it out. I'm sure you're gonna love it because I'm getting better at this shit. And so hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, hit the dislike button for all I care. And thank you so much for joining us. We will talk to you all later.